All right, everybody, Augie here, and we are getting back to work on this stupid 69 Mustang. Pain in the butt, to put it nicely. I just want it gone. Don't get me wrong, I love this car, but oh my God. I like a quick flip. Quick. Out, boom, boom, boom. Gone. But no, not this one. This one had to be a pain. So, where were we at last time? Oh yeah, okay, I remember. We were working on the door. So you saw that I got that pulled out. Now don't get judgy. Don't get judgy. Okay, I can feel the judgmental stares. I welded it back into place. Welded it. Okay, I'm not a welder. I'm not. I bought a cheap. Let me show you what I got. Also, now it's messy in here. Okay, my entire shed collapsed over the winter. Everything got strewn about. I had cats, I had animals. It's bad. So again, don't get judgy. But this is my piece of junk. It's not a Harbor Freight welder. It's an eBay welder. Brand is it? Doesn't even have brand name. So that's what I got, and it did the job. And I don't care. That piece is hidden under. That piece is hidden under a piece of trim. The big old piece of trim goes all the way across right there. It's holding it in place. That's all I care about. And I think it's better than putting a big old bolt through it. So there is that. And we are getting to work on tearing everything out of the door. Yeah, so far so good. New door is supposed to be here tomorrow. And I'd like to get everything done as soon as possible. Because when I have a car like this, especially up here in North Idaho, you have a very limited window where things are going to sell. So I'd like to get this car out. It is now the last week in April, and it's got to go. Also, I've been contemplating whether I want to keep this paint job or not. Because, like I said the last time, you can see stripes. I mean, I can see it through my phone, so I know you can see it. Although, actually, it looks worse on my phone than it does in person. So, I mean, it doesn't look good, but at the same time, in person, it almost kind of looks like I cut it down to bare metal and cleared over it. Now, I've asked a bunch of people what they think of it. And they say they actually kind of like the look. It's kind of different, and it looks almost rat roddy. And then it's going to be cleaned up, and it's going to have the flat black stripes and everything on it. But since I have to repaint so much anyway, now's the time if I'm going to redo it. I could probably get, it's either this, white, black, or red. Those are very simple. I was fixated on this color because that's the color I wanted so badly. But I can make those ones look better, especially white. You can make white look real good, real easy. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But other than that, I did a little, you can't really see it, cut and buff on this little section here to try it out. And it's one more round and it would be good, but it's smooth as glass. Feels good, looks good. It's a stupid drip that I couldn't get even wet sanding where my glove. And I knew, so many videos warned me of this, and I still did it. The glove overhung the front of the spray nozzle and dripped. I got my new door panel halfway on. It's not on all the way, but it's mostly on. It's dirty, needs to be cleaned up. I got this trim piece up here painting. It's painted gloss black. It is drying right now. And in case you forgot what those door panels look like, oh, there it is. There's one. It was bad. This is a homemade job right here. Yeah, that's what we had before. It's dirty now, obviously, but that was what was in it before, so the door panels are going to look pretty good. Kind of glad I didn't actually get them all put on that door before I ripped it off. So that's where we're at right now. I'm going to do some more stuff before this video is over. I'm not sure how far we're going to go, but let's move on to the next project. All right, so I feel bad because I've actually done kind of a lot without you with me, but it's just hard to find the time to set up the camera. And nobody really watches my videos anyway, so I'll film when I can. But the good news, and this is it for me, this is a major milestone, but this is the good news. Look at that. We have a door. It is on there. It took my brother and myself and my brother's friend a couple hours to finagle it and get it just right. And like I thought I would have to, because the frame was still off a little bit, I had to put some washers here and there that are in between the frame and the hinge. But we got it, and it's pretty decent, decent enough. As I still need to put a screw through that handle, but it opens and it closes. And the gaps aren't terrible. I mean, compared to the other side, they're about the same. You know, pretty even gap all the way. Yep, pretty even gap all the way down. This is pretty close. Uh, I'm happy with it. It opens, it closes nicely. The gaps look good. That's good. That's good. So major milestone there. It's far from done. I still have to get the window in, which is still going to be kind of a pain. Still have a few little things. I got to get my screw through this stupid handle there so that is tight again. Also, something we heard something drop off in there when we were putting this on yesterday. Not sure what that is all about. I'll figure it out. Yeah, so that's done. A big deal. Very happy with it. I've got all the parts in the door. I'm not sure if I had the parts in the door on the last video or not, but handles are in, the window regulator, everything's in. I just got to put the glass in, and that is that. The fender is the last big hurdle that I have to accomplish. Now, we had it kind of sitting on there, which that alone is kind of a pain in the butt because you have to kind of weave it under this thing, and this thing has to go on top, and there's this other, it's hard to actually get it right. You have to kind of tilt it up and then back down and then back. But fitment right here on the fender is terrible. So I'm going to go pound that out a little bit right now with a rubber mallet. We're going to work that slowly and see if we can get that gap better. I don't think it's going to be perfect, but it's going to be, I mean, it'll be as good as I can get it. And then once that's done, I've got to locate all the nuts and bolts for the fender. I can't find them anywhere. I have no idea where they went or where I put them. So everything's been going into a Ziploc bag and labeled, and I don't know where it went. Also, I am having a weird thing with the battery. It's been fine. I took the battery out like a week or two ago and put it in my RV, because at the moment I don't have a battery for the RV, and fired right up. It runs and drives. The RV runs on it just fine. But when you put it in the Mustang, it acts totally dead. But you can put jumper cables on this battery, and it'll fire right up. So I'm not sure what the deal is on that. I will troubleshoot that too. I hate this car. I think I've told you that 1,000 times. I hate this car. I love it to death, but my God, this thing has been the biggest pain in my butt I have ever had. Anyway, let's try to fix this fender. I've got it laying over there on my truck bed toolbox. Got some mats down to not scratch the paint, and we're going to beat on it a little bit and see if we can fix that. So, I mean, I guess we just pound on it, right? I mean, it's doing something. See, that made any difference. So, the last time I tried to fit this fender on here was with my brother and his friend, so we had 3 people, and it was still difficult. I'm going to do it by myself. Here we go. Hopefully we don't make things worse or scratch a bunch of stuff. Can't see anything that's happening. Oh, this is already going horrible. Oh my God. Oh, that sounds bad. Hey, look at that. Actually, I did. Woo! Okay. All right. There you go. Man, this thing. Here is the problem that I face, and as a complete amateur, having never done anything like this before, this is the problems that I'm running into. So, when you, let's get this about where it would be. Hard to do one-handed, but it's got to get shoved up, pushed in. I mean, look at that gappage. Holy crap. I mean, I could stick my entire pinky in there. And it's clearly the problem is with the door. But the problem that I'm facing, so like the fender, I can maybe pound that out a little bit. get that a little more lined up there. But the problem that I'm facing is, well, I mean, it looks a little better if the fender's out. I mean, if I can get away with, that gap is bad, but it's not as bad as what that was. So maybe we're going to think this over, because I know the problem, I'm sure, is with the door and getting that door to line up better. I mean, if the door looks like it needs to do, it needs to do that just a bit, and that would fix it because it's real tight down here. But the problem is, it took us forever to get it just right over here. If I mess this up down here, I'm worried that we're not going to be latching over here, because this was difficult. I mean, I count that as a major milestone. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here. I'm not sure what to do. If I get it, just so, if I keep the fender about like that, but it's got to go back though. I'm gonna, first of all, I have to find these bolts. I'm gonna fiddle around and try to figure out what I want to do here, and I'll let you know. Alright, to wind up this video, which I believe is pretty brief, still nowhere near there, I decided to lay down a coat of paint on the new door and the seams to kind of get a better idea as to what I'm dealing with, the highs and the lows, and where I need to finagle it a little bit. I mean, the gap is just crazy bad, and the only thing I can come up with as to why the door fits so good over here and not there probably has to do with that frame damage to the area there where the where the hinges bolt into the frame. So right now I'm on a mission to do as good as I can. I mean, I don't want to lose money on this car. Even if I have to break even, I will. I mean, I'm going to be fully honest when I sell it. I'm going to let them know what happened. It hasn't been in a real accident, but this is what happened. And, honestly, a good body man could probably straighten some of this up a little bit better than I... Okay, I know they could do a better job than I can. But the problem is, I broke my own rule with this car, and I didn't leave quite enough wiggle room, and I got too carried away with all the other things I wanted to do with it. And that can kind of be where you... No. That can be where you get yourself in trouble on a flip, is when you don't leave enough wiggle room for problems. Just like this. Originally, I don't know if I mentioned it in the video before, I bought the car, I was in it for $4,500, paid for the car. I was supposed to be, my initial estimates with everything I wanted to do, I was supposed to be in it and out the door at maybe $5,500. And then I just kept adding and adding and adding. Decided it needed a matching set of wheels, which, of course it did, but that was kind of pricey. And I decided it needed a chin spoiler and the door panels and, what else did we buy for it? Just, all kinds of little things that really, the hood hinges to help make that look better. And in retrospect, I look back and I spent like $150 on the hood hinges to make that gap a little bit better. And now I got this to deal with. So this is the problem that you deal with on this kind of a thing, on this kind of a project. And now I'm in it. I mean, I'll have to double check my numbers, but I think I'm in this thing close to $6,500. It might actually be closer to $7 right now. Now, what is it worth? It's kind of hard to say. I mean, ultimately, it's not a bad car. And like I said, somebody who knew what they're doing could probably make this look better. I'm not sure. So, I'm not done here. I'm not done here. There's still some more finagling to do with the hood to get it just right. I did find my bolts, by the way. They were hidden under a floor mat that was right there at the bottom of my shop. But I still got to mess with this lip a little bit. There's parts that are still tucked under. I need to kind of pull them back a little bit and work it the best that I can. And then we're going to sand all of this off. Where the paint's cracked and peeled and chipped and there's all these scratches. Sand it all the way down. We're going to start laying down Bondo to help, smooth out that line a little bit where it's very wavy. Down here we have a bit of a dent and a bit of a high spot that I've got to deal with. This whole lip kicks in a little bit right there, and I need to fix all of that. When I'm all said and done, it will not look good, but it will look better. I mean, it'll look better than having no door. It'll look better than having... Where'd it go? that door, which I painted red, by the way, because I was trying to decide if I wanted to change the color because of how unhappy I was with this. But I mean, this thing's so much work, I'm not going to do that. This thing is getting fixed, and it's getting out the door. So, that's going to end it for this video right now. I'm not sure where I'll be at when I kick back on again, but we're going to do some more finagling to the fender to get it just right before we start laying down Bondo. And then once the Bondo is done, let's see, we got to get the fender permanently attached. We got to get, what else do we have to do? We got to get the window in, and this still has to be reattached. Interior door panel. This needs to be repainted, this door and most of that fender, and then re-clear coated. And then once that is all dried, we got to wet sand the entire car, cut and buff the entire car. We've got stripes that got to go down. We got the wing that's got to go back on the back. We got the scoop that's got to go back down, which is going to be tough because the threads that are like molded into the fiberglass are all stripped out. So I got to figure that situation out. I got trim panel that's got to go on the hood. I've got figure out how this stuff all goes back on because I have no idea how I even got it off. And then I think then and only then will we be ready to actually let this thing go. I just keep looking at it, and one minute I'll look at that gap and I'll think, it's not that bad, and then I'll look at it again and be like, no, it's that bad. It's not going to be pretty, folks, but I can make it look better than it does right now. I guess that's all we can do. Ultimate end goal for this car, money-wise, I'm going to have to see where I'm in it. Let's not keys on me. I'll leave the keys in here. There we are. I don't know. Originally, I was going to shoot for between 75 and 85, and I think I still probably am. I don't think I can. I don't think I can raise my asking amount now that I've got clear body damage to the car. So I don't know. If I break even, it's a learning lesson. At least I got to have a cool Mustang for a little while. So that is it for today. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.